Welcome to Get to Know Glasgow, the podcast that tells you what you need to know about student life at the University of Glasgow from those who know it best. In this series, 4 undergraduate and postgraduate students will share their Glasgow journeys.
I'm Ash.
Hey, I'm Danielle.
I'm Jaquine.
And I'm Victor.
In each episode, we'll be sharing our experience
and giving you our top tips
on everything from student accommodation to funding options,
so you'll know what it's really like to be part of Team U of G.
Let's get started.
Being a student at University of Glasgow, I'm not even exaggerating. It's a dream come true, for real. Like, personally for me, I find something new every day on campus. Even like things like socializing or like making new friends, going to events, going to society events, clubs, and like the unions. It's a dream come true for real. Do you not think so?
I do think so. I feel like a lot of my social life has to do with going to university society socials. And anybody is welcome to come in at any time. You don't have to be a part of the society. Like, I've gone to so many pub quizzes and be like, hey guys, how are you guys doing? I'm just here for the experience. But I like being in the society. I'm a part of the Glasgow University Charity Fashion Show this year. And
Ooh, fun.
It's like split up into like different sections because you have like the committee, then you have the models who are walking, and I'm a part of the models, and I've enjoyed getting to know everybody because it's like your own small little group of people that you know in such a big society. So, and everybody's from all over studying different things and are in different university levels. And so it's a good mix. You get to know anybody of any age, and different nationalities, and it's just a good experience.
It's pretty cool how easy it is to join these societies as well. Like, all you need to do is literally follow their socials or like add yourself to the mailing list and you're in the loop. And that's it. Also, I was going to say about the unions. Do you guys go to the unions quite a lot?
I have been to QMU a couple of times. Mostly music related. I've been to a gig there once. There was this Brazilian metal band that played in Glasgow like 2 years ago, and they're actually a really big band. And yeah, when they came to play in Glasgow, they played at the QMU, so which was amazing. So
that is a big
to me, it kind of felt like they were playing at at home, at my home.
Aww. You came all the way to my house for
yeah, exactly. It was a really nice experience to see like a band from my country playing that, kind of within the university. It was a really nice experience.
That's so sweet.
I've also helped organize a couple of music events at the venue at QMU, and of course the restaurant there is amazing. Like,
and the prices as well. How economic?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but we have 4 different unions, no? Like the QMU, the GUU, or our U of G Sports. Like, there's literally something for everyone. In fact, even like getting the memberships is so useful for example, the GUU. If you have the GUU membership, I think you get £2 off for entry into the Hive. And most of my friends as well, they go to the Hive quite often. So like, get the memberships you get. Even if you're not going, like, it's a free membership, so might as well.
Yeah, it's all free. So is the QMU as well. I think as well it's important to note, like, there's so many societies out there that are like just so broad. So no matter what your niche interest is, it does not have to be related to your course whatsoever. If you're really into hill walking, there is a society for that. If you're really into Doctor Who, there is a society for that. So, like, find and join things that you actually have interest in and meet people with your course. And that's the whole social aspect of it. For me, in my 30s, there's a mature student society. So that's also really good. And find people that is kind of around about your age. Especially as an undergrad student, obviously, there's a bit of an age gap between me and some of my peers, but I still got on with everyone. I've made loads of friends, and they might go out at the weekends and go to the Hive, and I'm sitting in with my two cats, doing like literally crocheting. But I'm sure there's a crocheting society that I've not found yet, so I'm going to look that up. And if there isn't, I might start one, because you can actually be the person that starts their own society.
My
So,
friend started a
yeah.
society this year, and it's so easy to like literally start a society of your own. Not that we don't have every society in the world already.
I was gonna say also for international students, you can also find people that are from like your country
That's such a good
and
point. Yeah.
join their society. Like how there's the African Caribbean Society is one that I'm a part of. So having different people from different parts of Africa and parts of the Caribbean, and then you have different events like the African Society Ball that happens. Also, the collaboration with societies from other universities as well.
Yeah.
Every single year, the African Caribbean Society collabs with the Strathclyde
Yeah.
University's society as well, and then we do the Take Me Out event where it's like a Valentine's Day thing, and they host like
Yeah.
the speed dating type of stuff. So I like also having that where you have the opportunity to also meet people from other universities who are also part of the interests that you have as well.
In fact, I was gonna say, by the way, since you mentioned meeting people from back home, I used to be such a society person back in my first and second year. Obviously now I've kind of like it's died a bit because I'm in my third year and I'm like I've got so much uni stuff to do. But like I used to be a part of. There were two Indian societies and I was a part of both of their board committees, and we had such an amazing event. It was on Diwali. The Indian Society organized that. So it was so much fun, you guys. When I tell you, like it's just, and I love how like they make you feel like home even away from home. That was like
Yeah.
our motto of the Indian Society, and we have events for every Indian festival. Yeah, like you name it, and we have something happening, like for Holi or Diwali, or like literally name it, and we have that event. But I was also, in fact, a part of the theater society, the entrepreneurship society, just to like it's really important to mention how important these society memberships are for your CV when you graduate
Yes.
and looking for a
Yes.
job, because they literally shine like a star on your CV, guys. Trust me.
Mhm.
I recently got a job at AstraZeneca, and my recruiter was telling me how like they found this really attractive in my CV, how like my profile is very like holistic, how like I'm not just doing my academics, but I'm also like a part of societies and doing stuff for charity and things like these. Like it's good for your personality and your development and growth, obviously. But two, it shines so bright on your CVs. So like I cannot stress enough on how important it is to join a society or a club.
There's another thing as well that I think a lot of people don't really kind of know about is the student media kind of societies. So you've got one that I was part of kind of last year, and plan on continuing is GUST, which is the Glasgow University Student Television.
That's so cool.
So they actually are the ones that do like live streams of events. They'll help out with like a lot of broadcasting stuff. They have access to like their own studios as well, so like television studios, which you can go to. You can use all the equipment. You can get involved. They also do things like they'll do sort of nominations. So you go up and you present an idea for like a short film or a documentary, and then people will vote, and then you can be the producer. So you'll be a producer for a particular topic, and then it's your kind of responsibility to take people and say, right, this is what I want to make. Let's do that. And then you actually produce your own media from being in that. So it's really, really good experience. Like I'm not doing film or TV, but I joined GUST because it's one of my sort of interests out kind of with university. And I thought, well, this gives me an opportunity to feel what it's like to be in a proper studio, working with studio equipment and learning from other people that maybe are doing film and TV as their course.
Yeah.
So that's what's really good. You know what I mean? Like you can, although you're not studying something, if you go like join a society, you'll learn from your peers like who are taking that course. So it's a really good way of networking and just broadening your knowledge within the things that you enjoy, like your hobbies and stuff like that. There's also the student magazine as well. You can join up there and be part of that. There's loads of different media things as well. I think there's a newspaper.
And people don't know, but these things are big. Like, I know so many people who actually read these and like use these. It's impactful for real.
And you can be part of that. It's just that it's a case of signing up and just going along and trying it out. And this is the beautiful thing about it. You can just turn up once, try it out, feel if it's right for you. If you don't enjoy it, that's fine. Go find another society, turn up to that. Just try everything. I've joined like a few societies over the 4 years I've been at uni, and I'm like, why not see if I really like this obscure thing that I've never done before? You turn up, you either love it or you hate it. You don't go back again, or it's your new favorite
That
thing.
is so fair. I think for me personally, it's the idea of independence, liberty, and taking the initiative to even from organizing events to having like a big function like your fashion show, Jakim. But like it's
That's
so
so
much
true.
liberty. It's hard to believe though, because like even thinking about it gives me goosebumps. Like imagine being a first year 18-old, almost high school pass out, organizing your own event, finding caterers for it, finding resources. That it literally gives me goosebumps for real.
Yep, so many skills that you can develop whilst at uni that are out with your course, which just all wraps up into kind of life experience that will help you down the line, whether you don't feel it at the time. I know in 10 years' time you'll look back and go, I'm so glad I joined that society and learned those these skills, because they will come into play at one point in your life.
Yeah, I have to say I have never officially like joined a club or society. It's not like I haven't partaken and socializing within the university, like because I'm a music student. I have always been very connected to to music activities in general. So from my very first month in Glasgow, I started volunteering with music in the university. So helping them organize events and helping them organize like the lunchtime concerts, and that has led to lots of opportunities like of work, but also like to socialize with other musicians and other people who like are interested in this general world of music. Also, like in my very first like moments in Glasgow, I joined a band which was formed by one of my classmates in my first master's degree, and that actually has led me to like several really nice experiences. Like we like last year we were able to do a tour of Scotland with like 2 other bands, and that was amazing. I got to experience fun stuff like that. I got to do a tour afterwards. This band that we toured with, that I was part of, it got disbanded. But then we formed a new band. All music students from the university. And it's been a really fun experience because, we've been using only, the university structure, and like just this week we started recording our first, singles, and we've been using the studio at the university to do that. And like likely our first concert is going to be at the university at the student concerts series. So
That is
yeah, it's really,
Wow.
it's so nice to have this structure, because you feel like you're being, you're being supported in doing something that's not,
For sure.
directly linked to our studies, but at the same time, it
Yeah.
because we're all music students, it obviously has to do with what we're doing at the university. So it's really nice.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Sometimes it's like so much easier to take your mind off uni, because like you can't be studying 24/7. You're gonna burn out. So you need like some time
Yeah.
off, and especially if you're like new to the city and you don't know a lot of people, clubs and societies are the best place. Like I cannot stress enough on how important or how useful it is for literally everyone to join a club or a society. Even like going to the freshers week is such a crucial step. It's been a crucial step in my personal life, because like you have all those societies with their information and their content, with their websites and their socials, and they're literally inviting you to join them. What could be better, guys? How could it get any better from here?
So, is there any anything you want to talk about student life within kind of University of Glasgow?
Well, I would really recommend people to have a look at the gym, which is right by the main campus, and like it's so big, it's so huge, and has so many different resources. So you don't have to if you're into weightlifting, then you of course go and you do your thing. If you just want to go and use treadmills, there's plenty of treadmills for you to use. But say if you want to maybe try your hand at swimming, there's a really nice pool there, which I really miss. After I moved out of university accommodations, I shifted to a gym that's closer to the place where I stay. So I no longer use the university gym, but that's only for a matter of convenience and location. Plus, it has all sorts of different classes. Like there's yoga, and there's like it actually has lots of opportunities for you to try out different sports that you would maybe not have tried before in your life. So I would definitely recommend people to have a look at that.
That's what I love about our gym, by the way. It's so different from like a typical gym. It's not just like 5 equipments and a treadmill. It's so much more than that. Like from literally, as you said, from a swimming pool to like dance classes, yoga, Zumba, literally whatever you can think of, we've got it all.
I should also mention that the Garscube campus, it also has a sports complex in itself. So like there's like, these football pitches, and few, you can go there to play tennis and football, maybe rugby as well. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that, that there's a whole other side to the, University of Glasgow sports at Garscube campus that people can also make use of.
I would also say utilize going to Freshers Week. Doesn't matter what year you're in. I missed my first 2 Freshers Weeks because I was at home, and my travel plans just did not align with coming in on the first week of university. But utilize coming into Freshers Week and just coming to scope out the different societies. Also the sports clubs as well. Another perk with being a part of the sports club is when you have that membership, you have to join with a gym membership. Yeah. So you get the perk of being able to access the gym and to do your conditioning, and then also joining a sports society. And then also the SRC website shows every single society in the university. So then you can just scroll down and look at the plethora of different types of societies and pick one, and then find out their Instagram handles also from there as well. Because sometimes you can look at the Instagram and type GU, but you don't get every single one. So it's also good to access the SRC website and just try and find other people's Instagram
I think there's
handles.
an app as well that has all the societies, and that's where you can join all the societies through the app as well. And that makes life so much more easier. What about you, Danielle? Do you have a tip?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking about the SRC app actually. So if you go on the University of Glasgow's Life app, you can click on menu and events and stuff like that. So that will show you a lot of things that are coming up. So the Glasgow Life app is actually really good, and it has improved a lot since I think it first came out. So you've got like all of the upcoming events. You can have like the next 7 days. Support and Wellbeing's on there as well, and then you can find the SRC app through there as well, which has the full list of societies, and it's just a really good app to have. Your timetable's on there, keeps you right, and yeah, like I say, the events. So yeah, definitely get the apps on your phone. That's super important. And like the SRC again, they've got their own app. Then you've got the University of Life app. And it's just like having all of these things like in the palm of your hand. And there's a building finder as well. I think a lot of people are quite concerned about that. So if you've got like an event, maybe through one of your societies or something, you don't know where it is, you're a bit unfamiliar, just head to the Life app, and there's a building finder, and it literally will pop up with a wee pop-up to tell you exactly how to get to the room. So it'll be like, if you go into the front door left, through the double doors, it literally talks you through how to get there. So I know me as quite a kind of anxious person when I'm somewhere new. Having that literally spelled out for me has been an absolute godsend. So yeah, highly recommend getting all that.
I was going to say the same as well. It's a lifesaver for real. Like it literally tells you, go straight, take a left, don't walk too far, take a left, and then take a right. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, for sure.
We hope this episode has been useful. If you're interested in finding out more, you'll find the links you need in the show notes, and you can visit glasgow.ac.uk/get to know Glasgow. Thank you for listening, and bye for now.